Internets, I'm pretty sure you all know exactly.
What up, Internets?
Do you want to introduce yourself?
What up, Internets? It's Ash Roth hanging out here. My man Jonathan Master behind the camera, but it's all good. Just read up to the bold. I just stepped my game up to the bold, and I'm getting used to it, but, you know, it's cool. It's cool.
All right. So we're going to, and
What's
it's blowing up already.
Is that a text message on my new bold? It is.
Are they throwing you dollars for every time you say the bold?
I don't know.
Holla at them.
I hope you set it up.
We, I guess, gonna ask questions a little different, a little more personal, kind of all over the map. First question, just get right into it, is you're real open in your music and interviews and stuff about smoking weed and drinking and women. Is that stuff you've always been open with like your family? And how have they reacted to some of that stuff?
I remember when my dad found a tinny that I made in the driveway. It must have fell out of my pocket or something. I was probably about 16 or 17. And he gave me a speech on kind of, an anti-drug speech, which was cool. No, totally. But it got to a point, when I was 18 years old and I'd, been caught smoking weed a couple times, that, like, the women, being a heterosexual 23-year-old, well, not 20, I'm 23 now, but being a heterosexual male, the whole sex and, a little marijuana, as long as I wasn't doing hard drugs, it really wasn't a big deal in the La Familia.
Okay. Now, you actually have a record that definitely addresses some familial type stuff. I was wondering, how's your relationship with your family? How did they feel about that record? And, like, how did they feel about you? Like, I mean, you went from, everyone knows the backstory at this point, like, you're in college, and now on Monday you're actually dropping an album. Yeah, no, that's, like, I think it's crazier for me. I mean, my parents are kind of, they get the whole, from, like, neighborhood friends and, the neighbors and all that. But for the most part, man, they are my biggest supporters, and I think having that family support is by far of the utmost importance. If I didn't have the support from my family, this would not be the same. So having that support from my family, it has, it inspired his dream. My sister's already hitting me up for money after tax day. It's definitely there. But nah, my family are my best friends and my biggest supporters. Okay. Now, regarding your career, like, you've had co-signs and you've worked with, like, Mos Def and Beanie Siegel and that type of person. And then you got records with, like, Chester French and Carrie Hilson. So it's all over the map. And we kind of live in a world that's become way more muddled. Like, in 10 years, race might not even matter because no one will know what they are. Right. How do you think we can continue outside of music to kind of help bridge that gap further? Because I think in your music, it's a real cool thing. No, for sure. I think it really starts with the music. And, if via music, we can kind of connect through people and start to realize, what's really important. And it's not about what you look like or who you're hanging out with and what you're wearing. And it's really about who you are as a person. It kind of starts with music. So then after that, after you've actually kind of been able to do that message through music, you have to be able to kind of take it into your actions and how you're living your everyday life. So, I mean, dude, it's going to start with television, the stuff that they're programming our kids with, the stuff that they're teaching our kids in school. That's really where it's going to have to continue and move into. But it starts with, outside the music and the movies and the influence on these kids that isn't their peers and their parents. Okay. So if you could form a band with any 3 artists from any era, dead, alive, whatever, who would be in your band, why, and what would your role be? My band would consist of, I'd have Tom Morello on the guitar. I'd have Freddie Mercury on vocals. I'd be the drummer. And then Flea would be on bass. I feel bad because I should put members of Led Zeppelin in there, but, like, Led Zeppelin was so good because they were, like, the best, and they were Led Zeppelin. So that's my made-up band right there, and I'd be the drummer, just because I don't even want the shine. I just want to drum in the back and get all the ladies because I say I'm the drummer. I don't know what my band title would be yet. I'll figure that out as it goes, but that's my dream band right there. All right. Or maybe, who was the bassist from Primus? I forget his name. He was the lead singer, too, I think. Les Claypool. The lead singer, too, Blonde. I'm not sure. The bassist for Primus was, I forget his name, it's not Les, but yeah. Alright, so growing up, what did you want to be? Like, I want to be the New York Yankees third baseman. Didn't work out. Growing up, I wanted to be a football player, but by the time I was, like, 15, and you look at me now, I still have a 15-year-old's body. So football didn't really go over too well. So then I wanted to be a professional baseball player, but I didn't work hard enough in the off seasons, and everybody was working much harder than I was. So definitely a professional athlete growing up.
And then, you know, it turned into being just wanted to be an elementary school teacher and be able to teach little kids before they're all conformed by society. And then that really kind of transferred over into hip-hop, where I can now teach, you know, millions of kids rather than just 25 in a classroom.
All right. Who are Asher Raw's favorite cartoon characters? Who did you like the most?
Man, growing up, I was a big Ninja Turtles fan. Big Ninja Turtles. And it's funny, I think that, like they say, with Ninja Turtles, you can actually, by picking your favorite Ninja Turtle, is a little bit of personality. Like, there's some psychology to that. So I myself, I'm kind of a hybrid between, you know, Leonardo and Michelangelo. But, you know, I know my buddy's a big Raphael fan. I know my other homie's a big Donatello fan. So if you pick your favorite Ninja Turtle, it also says a little bit about you. So I don't know if it's fair that I pick a hybrid, but, yeah, I'm not all Michelangelo, all Cowabunga, and I'm not all Leonardo. I'm a little bit of both. Little intellectual, fun-loving Ninja Turtle.
Who is the sexiest Disney character?
The sexiest Disney character? I mean, to me, dude, I really am a big fan of Ariel, the Little Mermaid. She's so fine. She's a redhead. I'm down with redheads. She's fair-skinned, you know, so she relates to my pain. But we have, you know, there's so many. How beautiful. Disney got it in. Walt had good